Top 10 unhealthy eating patterns. Number 1, you finish your meal before everyone else. If you're the first one done eating, you're probably eating mindlessly and you're not savoring your meal in healthy ways. Wolfing down your meal within a few minutes can lead to indigestion, and it can also lead to becoming overweight. Instead, you should eat more slowly and take part in whatever conversation is going on around the table. Your internal signal to turn off eating takes about 20 minutes, so if you finish sooner than that, you'll still feel hungry even when you've eaten enough, which typically results in eating more food than you really need. Number 2, you eat food that has been created in a factory. Instead of cooking with fresh ingredients, you might be choosing to eat processed food, which are high in preservatives and usually high in salt and/or calories. Take the time to cook a healthy meal with fresh ingredients. Find a nice selection of home-prepared meals you can put into your own personal cookbook. When you cook for yourself, you know exactly what's going into your food, and you have the peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly what you're putting into your body. Number 3, you shop in the center of the grocery store. Most of the time, if you find yourself going up and down the center aisles of the market, where canned and processed foods reside, and less time in the periphery of the store that holds fresh produce, meat, and dairy, you are eating foods that are high in preservatives, salt, and sugar instead of real whole food. Remember, food that does not need refrigeration is usually processed, except whole grains, of course. Spend more time in the produce section of the grocery store because this leads to eating healthy fruits and vegetables instead of eating unhealthy processed foods. Number 4, you eat right out of the bag or the box. If you find yourself eating potato chips right out of the bag or ice cream right out of the carton, you're probably not eating the right portions, leading to a tendency to eat more food than you need or intended. This is a surefire way to obesity. Instead, portion out your foods so that you can stop eating when that portion is done. Number 5, you eat from the drive-thru regularly. Unless you are ordering a salad every time, which most of us don't, eating from a drive-thru regularly is not conducive to good nutrition. Most drive-thru restaurants offer fast food, which is greasy, fat-filled, and lacking in any real nutrients. Eat more whole food, which is food typically made up of one ingredient and is unprocessed. Fresh fish, chicken, eggs, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains are all whole foods and usually not available at the drive-thru. Number 6, you eat in front of the TV. When you find yourself eating in front of the television, it usually means you're probably eating mindlessly and not paying attention to how much you are eating. Number 7, you eat a narrow variety of foods. If you just eat the same limited types of foods each day, you stand a good chance of missing some key nutrients in your diet. Colorful plates are healthy, filled with many colors of vegetables and even fruit for dessert to get key nutrients from plants. Number 8, you eat to appease emotions. Emotional eating or overeating is always unhealthy. This usually takes place when people are bored, angry, tired, upset, stressed, or lonely. It always occurs when one is not truly hungry, but instead trying to use food to cover up emotions, and the food of choice is almost always junk food. Just like drugs, junk food stimulates pleasure centers in the brain because it is loaded with sugar, fat, and factory-created flavoring with no nutritional value. Emotional overeating can be a serious problem that can lead to obesity, depression, guilt, and anxiety over eating itself. Number 9, you eat 1 or 2 giant meals daily. It is much healthier to eat 5 to 6 small meals each day instead of 1 or 2 large ones. When you eat small meals several times per day, you keep the metabolism revved and never let your blood sugar drop. When you starve yourself the whole day and then down a big meal, you will not maintain optimal energy levels during the day, and you risk gaining weight. Number 10, you eat more calories than you burn. The simple formula for weight loss and weight management is to eat less calories than you burn, so to create a calorie deficit. This is true for men and women and becomes more important as we age and our metabolism slows naturally. Calorie calculators can determine how many calories you need to either lose weight or maintain it based upon your age, weight, and activity level. How do you change unhealthy eating habits? The takeaway is simple. Eat to live. Don't live to eat. Take the time to evaluate your diet and your eating habits. Make the necessary changes before it's too late, because prevention is worth 1,000 cures. Make small changes every week, instead of drastic shifts where you will feel the biggest impact. Be mindful of your eating habits and commit to at least one change each week. Ask for help and support from family and friends. Educate yourself on healthy food and healthy eating habits. Make a list of goals and look at it every day to keep it at the forefront of your mind. Use positive affirmations to instill a healthier thought process toward food and eating. Keep with it, and before you know it, new healthy choices and patterns will become habits, just like the old unhealthy ones once were. For more tips on healthy eating and weight loss, visit thinandstrong.com.